Good morning, America. My name is Danny. I'm a 49-year-old American. This is my show, Danny's Pits, not for children. So if you're under the age of 18, it's not for you. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all you new pit members for subbing up and smashing them likes. You're really helping me out. I got little giveaways, the little knickknacks from the pit. Right now, I got the little Jesus going. A lot of people seem to really like this. I like it a lot too. And we could all use a little Jesus in our life, especially today and especially after the story I'm about to bring to you. This story was brought to me again by one of my followers on TikTok. Goes by Major Chorizo. He seems to send me some really good clips to use, and it's a pretty jacked up story. So let's just hop right in. But again, I thank you guys. Okay, so topic of today's pit will be, when will it stop? So it appears last Friday at Barnhart Elementary School in Maryland, a 7-year-old was rushed to the hospital. And drop comments. Let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, seriously, let's discuss this. Drop comments. You guys have been doing really good, and I enjoy the conversation. A 7-year-old was rushed to the hospital. The principal of the school rode with the kid in the ambulance. Said he was found hanging from the hook of the bathroom door. The story comes out that he somehow jumped up there and caught himself. The hook's 5 feet from the ground. The kid stands 3 foot tall. He'd have to do a 2-foot vertical jump and then catch the hook just right to hang. What happened was, and this kid was a second grader. After further investigation, it was a second grader. He was hung by a fourth grader on there. They finally got to that part. The fourth grader hung him up as a joke, I guess, a bullying. And that's the key to this pit right there, that word right there. But he was hanging on the hook in the bathroom. And again, the first story was the kid jumped up by himself and got hung, and then that got retracted. There's an open investigation right now on this, as there should be. The kid's okay. He got hospitalized. He's at home. He's recovering. But this is one of those situations where I say, is he recovering? Do you recover? This, to me, is a direct result of bullying. Now, and one other thing, maybe lack of staff at school. When I was in school, and I'm sure a lot of you guys that are my age had the same kind of setup, there was we called her like a yard duty teacher. She's just a yard duty lady, some lady they hired to walk through. But she would walk the halls and look in the bathrooms, make sure, even if the kids weren't out at the playground. In high school, we had a cool guy. We called him the Terminator. He wore these big black shades, and we called him the Terminator more because he never rested. He walked the halls. He even busted me smoking one time behind the auditorium of our acting building thing. But he actually let me finish my cigarette, so he was kind of cool that way. But, they had people that were there at the school to make sure that school was as safe as it could be. This right here, though, I mean, you got a little kid, 3 foot tall, against a fourth grader. It may be even more than just a fourth grader. They're still investigating this. I think what happened was the kid put him up there as a joke and walked out. And this 7-year-old second grader almost dies. And luckily he was found in time. Again, result of bullying. Now my advice right now might not fit a 7-year-old or a second grader. But it's good to lay the foundation. And I have said this before, and I'm not talking about weapons. Okay, I'm not in any way talking about any kind of weapon. I'm talking about learning to defend yourself. Okay, whether it be going to martial arts, the YMCA self-defense course, high school, wrestling. I always say wrestling is a awesome self-defense to learn. It's a lot like jiu-jitsu. You wrap them up, little, minimal damage, and you get out of there quick. Boxing, if you're in an area where boxing's prevalent, it's not here, but we got a lot of martial arts and MMA where I'm from. Put them in something, that when the time comes, if they need be, they got some, they got arsenal. Again, not talking weapons. I'm talking about just being taught things. I just got done explaining to my wife about a situation when I got bullied in the 7th grade and pulled something out of my, pocket against a guy that just didn't expect it coming. And it worked out really well for me and not so well for him. And that was because I had been relentlessly bullied, and my mom put me in martial arts. Okay, I took a form called Hua Rang Do. I got up to about purple belt, and I quit because I felt I know enough now. And I've never had a problem since. And even all my time in the joint and everything, it helped me even in there. But you have to protect the kids. Protect the kids. Because this stuff right here, what happens is, usually it goes like this. They got some kind of crappy stepdad, or if the real dad's in the picture, or some crappy stepdad. He treats the kid like crap. So the kid goes to school and treats a kid weaker than him like crap. Then that kid who can't defend himself against that, goes home and then kicks the dog. It's like a trickle effect. And it's time to put let's dam that damn thing up, and let's stop this already. That's one of my big things, and that's what I want to do with the pit eventually. Is I have a lot of principles and things I believe in, things I have some fierce integrity about. But putting your kids in something where they can learn to defend themselves is almost as important as making sure they're learning stuff in school. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're sending them off to, like Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the jungle, and then come home. You got to be involved. Like I said, I kept coming home bummed out. My mom finally asked me what was going on. This is about when I was in about 5th grade. She said, I'm being bullied. You got a bully. She put me in martial arts. 3-4 months later, no more bully problem. And I'm not saying that doing that, I want to use the word violence here, to solve the problem. But sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight crazy with crazy. What was that movie, The Untouchables, where Sean Connery says, they pull a knife, you pull a gun. They put one of yours in the hospital, you put one of them in the morgue. That's how you beat Capone. Okay, so you can use kind of like that. What he's basically saying is you got to out crazy the crazy. And when you put them in stuff like that, you'll start to see that they'll get focused and centered, have what Mr. Miyagi used to call balance in their life. When you have balance in your life, everything is good. When you don't have balance in your life, nothing is good. Okay, keep that in mind. But this right here, what I want from every pit member today, say a prayer for, if you believe in the Lord, say a prayer for this little boy and every other little boy or girl like him that are getting bullied right now as we speak. They're in the bathroom getting bullied, put in a corner, head shoved in the toilet bowl, whatever they could think of to be mean. Kids can be really, really nasty. I don't even have kids, but I know they can be super mean to each other. I was a kid once. So anyway, I'm not trying to come off preachy or anything. Again, I don't even have kids, but my wife does. And I have a niece and nephew that I consider kind of my own, and I protect them as if they were my own as well. But protect the children, guys, if you have them. Okay, put them in sports, even high school football. I mean, so they get used to impacts and, things that would scare them usually will just become second nature. And I'm not saying you're going to raise the next Bruce Lee or anything. That's not what this is about. This is just about your kid having confidence and knowing if someone messes with me, I got a little something for them. It helps. And so I hope this, you get the message I'm trying to give here. And again, drop comments if you stay to the end. I'll wrap it up right here. Stay vigilant, America. Keep looking forward, but once in a while look behind you. And don't let them bullies win, okay? A lot of them will deflate like a balloon if they're popped. Trust me, I've seen it. So God bless each and every one of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, be safe, be healthy. Call somebody you love, go give somebody you love a hug. Tomorrow's not promised. And God bless these wonderful and beautiful United States of America that we're lucky as hell to be living in. And one day maybe this will be a thing of the past. I hope so. I really do. Because this is about the most unproductive thing a kid can do with his life is be a bully. You're never going to go anywhere living that way and being that kind of person. Nobody likes it. This is not a good look. So anyway, I'll be back should the platforms allow it. Thank you guys for staying to the end. Pit members, you rock. All you other guys, you rock. I'll be back should the platforms allow it. So until that time comes, stay tuned. And thank you again. Catch you next time.